Today we're going to talk about the Yerkes-Dodson law, which is the law that dictates how arousal affects performance. So first we're going to understand what arousal is. Arousal is our dog's state of awakeness or alertness, okay? So arousal runs on a continuum from asleep straight over to chasing a rabbit, okay? Performance is affected by the level of arousal. So an asleep dog probably isn't going to do much in your agility ring, whereas the dog chasing the rabbit isn't going to do much for your sit-stay. So what we're looking for is the perfect point where the performance and the arousal meet at our highest level. So performance increases as arousal rises until a magical sweet spot, which is different in every dog and in every sport, where performance starts to go down as arousal increases, okay? This line is arousal. So, we have the sleeping dog here. We have the dog that's spinning in circles in the agility ring eating their owner here, okay? Every sport is different, every dog is different, they all perform differently, but if we have a dog who spends a lot of time down here and we want to do a sport or we want our dog to be much faster in their behavior, we need them to come up this arousal ladder. To do that, we are going to have to increase their drive for the things that we possess. Those things can be treats, they can be toys, they can be play, whatever it is, we need to drive that arousal up so that our dog's performance increases. On the other hand, if we have a dog who spends a lot of their time over here, then these dogs, we have a couple of options. The first is to lower the reward system so that it's not so exciting. So if you have a dog who will maul you for steak but will work for kibble, well then that will back them back down this bell curve and aim better for this high point, okay? If, on the other hand, we have a dog who spends a lot of their time over in this arousal state, you can absolutely shift this bell curve to meet your dog where they're at. So there's no law that states that this point is the same for every dog. If your dog spends their life here, you can simply start with them performing at this level because they're just, wow, it's so exciting, and slowly, incrementally teach them to come back up that curve and become better performers up here. So arousal makes all the difference in dog training. The reward system that we have on this side, this dictates the level of arousal for most dogs, and there's almost kind of an inherent behavioral thrust for some dogs that make them spend a lot of time in here. So we want to either be able to teach our dogs to back their arousal back down. Most pet owners want that. Just calm your jets, cool off, relax. They want the dog to go this way on this table and back down to the highest performance level. Because again, if the performance level that you're looking for is your dog to be napping most of the day, that's a different performance level than the agility dog or the bite work dog. So performance is affected by the arousal, but the performance, what it is, matters. Does that make sense? So what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to either move our dog through the arousal states, through reward systems and other things, or teach the dog to exist in their state of arousal but increase the quality of the performance. So I discuss this in every single one of my classes. This is a really important law to understand. It absolutely affects how your dog performs in every situation. This could be your well-behaved dog normally, but you take him to a public place and they're out here in crazy town. You take your dog and he does great in the rally ring, but if there's disc dogs being played next door, our head falls off. You might have the basset hound that won't work for anything and would rather lay around the house and become a potato. So we all are dealing with this. This is a struggle that every dog owner deals with, whether they're high-level performance dogs and we're aiming for this peak, or we are dealing with a dog who has too much energy for the demands of the house. So that's a basic breakdown of the Yerkes-Dodson law and the law of arousal and the bell curve for performance.